storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
What is up, Storm Chasers? Now today we are back with Marc Nelson. Now he is the man that has that voice that you just cannot forget. Okay, they said he had the best smile that they had seen in years.
I appreciate it.
And
I appreciate that.
And I'm still learning the choreography to 15 minutes. I'm gonna get
I got is 15 minutes.
Now, it's been a lot going on in the world, Mark, and right now, you know, Ice Cube is really taking a lot of heat for even considering going over there and talking to Trump about the contract with Black America. Are you familiar at all with what Ice Cube has been going through?
Yes, not completely, but I am familiar. So, I mean, shall I say I have a comprehensive understanding enough to comment. Let me say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me, how do you like? Do you think that he's doing the right thing, or do you think he's doing the wrong thing by even considering speaking to Trump?
No, I actually think he's doing the right thing. You know, see, being in the industry as long as I have, you learn very, very quickly, or you learn the hard way, that people will put a spin on exactly what it is you're trying to do. You know, if I say I love apples, they're gonna say, "Oh, he loves applesauce." No, I say I love apples.
Right.
And so my point is, Cube is trying to do something for Black people in America. That is the point. That's the point. Okay. Yeah. And if I'm trying to get a record deal that's really, really decent, I'm going to try and go to the power that's going to get me the best record deal possible. Now, am I going to sell my soul to the devil to do that? No, of course not.
Right.
But if you listen to what Cube said, he said he didn't go to them. They came to him. They wanted to know, and they're doing it for their political reasons. You know what I'm saying? The left is trying, the right is trying. Everybody's trying to position themselves in power. Now, you know, yeah, Trump has a really bad name. He's done some really crazy stuff. You know, his reputation is not a good one, but he is in power. And so I think Cube's whole point is, if I'm trying to look out for my people, Black people in America, and Trump holds the power, if he's willing to listen to what I have to say, then I'm going to speak. And you're gonna watch a person's actions based on what they do and not what they say. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You feel me, right? Like I could say, "Yo, I hate my brother so much. He gets on my." Can I curse?
Oh yeah, go for it.
He gets on my fucking nerves, right? But then I'm gonna turn around and look out for him, because that's my brother, right? So I mean, you know, if Trump is talking all this madness and everyone's believing that he's not going to do anything, well, we'll find out through his actions, won't we? So I don't know why everyone is tripping there. Ice Cube is just trying to make a difference for the Black community, for Black Americans. Yeah. And if Trump is in a position of power to do it, and he's saying he's interested, let's just give it a try. You see what I'm saying? But I don't think that they should spin it like Cube is, you know, selling out. You know, he's going to the wrong side, or, you know, he's, I don't know, jumping on the bandwagon of Trump. That's not what's happening at all. That's not what I see.
And you know what, Mark? I don't see it either. To me, I see a man that's doing more than what really anybody else has done. Because I'm like, who else is taking the time to come up with a contract for Black America? Like we don't even really have leaders in the Black community anymore like that are genuine. So,
well, you know, I really don't know. I don't know if I would go that far, but I will say, you know, look, I mean, we have Black leaders. Lots of them make a difference in many different ways. I am not in their shoes or in their office to know what they are or are not doing. What I do know is Ice Cube is a public figure, and he's using his platform to make a difference for Black people in America. And he's catching heat just saying the name Trump. And I think if we are to put our big boy and big girl panties on, we need to really look at what is being said and what is being done, and stop spinning shit just to have drama and issue. We already have enough problems. You know what I'm saying? That we don't really listen to what's going on. We need to really pay attention to what's being said, you know? So we as Americans created this monster called celebrity, for one.
Yeah.
We as Americans created this monster called, being important next to another man. Just because I sing records doesn't mean I'm more important than the next man who takes out, who picks up trash for a living. You know what I'm saying? So I think the reason why I said that is because when you say you want us to think, it's like we're so big on celebrityism, we're so big on gossip and drama and everything else that we don't really pay attention to the details of what's happening in our world as deeply as we should. So I'm agreeing with you, but I think Ice Cube did not get this kind of flack because he's saying it over and over again. I'm not down for Trump. I'm down for Black America, and I'm trying to make a difference, right?
Yes.
And you're just not gonna win. My girl sees me standing next to some girl, she automatically is gonna assume something.
Look, whether you did it or not, she's gonna be like, "Well, I saw you with her." It's like I was just saying,
why are you standing so close?
You were smiling too hard. Yeah.
And what's crazy, you don't even know her. Anyway, so that's just the animal that the monster that we created, and we just got to deal with it, But big ups to Q.
Absolutely.
What he's potentially trying to do, and I hope it goes well for him. I hope he just chill out.
Hopefully it does. And I ain't just sticking up for Q because everybody say I look like him. I'm honestly sticking up for him.
That is so funny. You gotta do look like my man.
Speaking of somebody else that's been catching a lot of heat is Mr. Combs himself, Diddy. Mr. Combs, whatever you want to call himself now.
I call him Puff.
But that seems to be the one that actually stuck was Puff. Okay.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to Puff, he's being dragged a lot, especially by Aubrey O'Day, who was the lead singer of Danity Kane, for basically putting artists in bad contracts and basically
putting clauses in bad contracts. Is that what you said?
No, artists. I'm sorry, putting artists in bad contracts.
Yeah, okay. I didn't hear.
And a lot of people that have been signed to his label have said that they've never even made any money off of their records. And so my question to you is not to, comment on Diddy as a person. I'm asking you, where does the responsibility and accountability fall? Is it on me as an artist for signing a bad contract, or is it on Diddy himself for handing out bad contracts?
That's a really good question, okay? And I might catch heat for saying this, but whatever. Unless Diddy put a gun to your head, right, with a whole bunch of goons around him by yourself and force you to sign a contract, the responsibility is on you, because you need to look at your contract for one. I'm gonna break this down real nice. You need to look at your contract. You need to have an attorney look at your contract, right? And then if there's something you don't like in your contract, you need to negotiate a better deal for yourself. But here's the problem. Here's what most people are not saying, okay? I've been in probably every contract there is to be in the music industry, right? Okay. And artists, when they're fresh and they're new, their eyes are so wide and their nostrils are so open because they want fame, fortune, and glory. That's what they want, okay? I'm not saying every artist. I'm saying, statistically speaking, most new artists, all they're thinking about is being a star, okay? Now, Diddy being the celebrity he is and making people very successful in their own right, you're going to look at him to be the person to take you there, okay? So when he drafts, or his team or his company drafts a contract, you have to put aside this desire to be successful and handle your business. But the average new artist doesn't think about that. As a matter of fact, it gets so real. Sometimes artists will say, I know it's a bad contract, but I'm going in anyway because I want to be successful.
Whoa.
They're like, I'll deal with it later, right?
What, really?
Yeah, right? So here's the other thing.
Oh, well, then I have no sympathy for you then at that point.
I'm not saying every one of them. Okay.
Oh.
I'm not saying every one. Now here's the other thing. So if you're a new artist, this is what you're saying to yourself. Right now, I don't have anything. Diddy's offering me something. Even though I quote unquote, and I'm using those very, very strongly, quote unquote, deserve this, I'm going to take that because I have nothing. And this is better than nothing. So your girl Aubrey, I don't even know her story. It's none of my business. But the average person like Aubrey is famous because of Diddy enough to be able to complain about getting ripped off.
Right.
And she did make money because her name now is so popular because of the Diddy brand that she can go make money somewhere else. She can build her career in another way because people are paying attention, but they would not have paid attention to her if it wasn't for the Diddy platform.
If it wasn't for him putting her on.
Ladies, treat your Yoni. All natural herbs for a fresher, tighter, cleaner, healthier Yoni. This is the Yoni bowl. Here are the herbs. These are natural herbs. You know, a little steamy down there, but you know, it's perks to it. Keep everything right and tight. I'm going to Yoni steam. If you haven't heard about it, definitely got to research it. It has wonderful, wonderful benefits. So ladies, try her out.
Let's talk about negotiations. And tell me if I'm going too long, man. I can stop.
No, you're good. You're good. This is good conversation.
So let's talk about negotiations. I use quotes, deserve. Well, in the real world, what does a new artist really deserve? He's nobody. And so when Diddy is offering you a deal, he's saying, I think you are worth this. So he's going to put his money behind you, believing that you're worth this much. If you come in saying, I'm worth more than that, he's looking at you like, well, what did you do? How many records did you sell to even claim that you're worth more than what I'm offering you? That's the other thing, right?
Sure.
And so the average new deal is not a deal of being ripped off. It's a deal of you taking a deal that you should have known was not going to get you what you think you deserve, and then complain later after you're a popular individual about it. So I always say the first deal is always a shit deal.
Okay.
Because there's no way to determine who is valuable, who's not valuable. But you have this mega star, Diddy, and all these other record labels. And it ain't just Diddy, okay? Diddy's just kind of the public figure everyone's talking about. But like every record label known to man has ripped somebody the fuck off that you're not talking about, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So basically, gives you a deal. You decide whether you're going to take this or not. And I'm here to tell you, I've literally had to argue new artists down about a fucked up contract that they're not listening to what I'm saying, and they sign it any damn way because all they're thinking about is fame and fortune. Yeah. Now they get the taste of fame and fortune. Now they're like, oh shit, I'm famous. I have a little money, but now I want more money. And now you go back in time looking at the deal that you had, and now you start complaining. But where were you complaining at the beginning when you were nobody? You see?
Yeah. You're right. You know what? That is a perspective I'm glad you gave, because what it really goes to show is, and I think Master P used to say this too, he said back in the day, it was so many other guys that he was trying to educate, and they was like, I just want enough to pay my bills and I want to be famous. Yeah. Like it really wasn't about the business. They didn't even think about business. It was just, I just want to be famous.
Yeah.
And
now,
so, yeah.
Now that's the one side. Here's the other side. I truly believe that Diddy's and any top executive, mega executive out there who has way more than enough money to just live and do his thing, make business. I think the style of business needs to change. So you have a new, fresh artist that you are about to make millions off of, right? I'm not saying this is Diddy. I don't know if this is Diddy. I haven't done a deal with Diddy like that. What I am going to say is, I don't understand how you can sleep at night knowing that the new artist's eyes and nostrils are wide open and he's hungry and thirsty and he's so talented. Why not give him more than enough financially to make sure he or she is totally fine while you're making millions off of him? Why give them pennies? Why have them scrape at the bottom of the barrel while they're blowing up and making you millions of dollars? I think that there should be some sort of clause, some sort of minimal amount of dollars that an artist should receive just because there's a chain reaction going on. Diddy's doing it to people, quote unquote. Now this new artist blows up, is bitter, becomes a Diddy, and now he's going to do it to the new ones. And it's just a repeated cycle that's never going to end.
Yeah.
That's the other side of the coin that I think should be, considered.
I love that. I love that you put it like that, because there always has to be accountability. Like you said, if you did this at your own free will, then you have to you have to look at what you signed.
Absolutely.
I get it.
Got questions? Talking to one of the world's top 10 psychics ought to help. Dr. Linda Salvin is amazing, with an uncanny ability to clarify your issues and bring you quick and accurate answers and predictions. From the White House to the homeless, Dr. Linda has helped thousands over more than 2 decades. On her national radio show, by phone, in person. When you need answers, Dr. Linda lights the way. Book time with this gifted healer and clairvoyant now. Visit lindasalvin.com or call 888-509-1077. And you can bring Dr. Linda's metaphysical healing home with her spirit-filled candles, Wicks of Wisdom, where pure essential oils and elements are powerfully released through her proprietary rituals to assist you in love, legal, career, finances, health, and more. Wicks of Wisdom work. See them and order yours at lindasalvin.com. Always fun and accurate, Dr. Linda's visions bring you solutions. Call 888-509-1077 or visit lindasalvin.com.
You have a new album that is coming out, correct?
Yes, I do. I just released a single called Sack Full of Dreams. I'm entering into the jazz world. I'm very excited about this. Yeah. This is a very beautiful cover that is really talking about the state of the world and how we would love to actually see the different changes in how how we interact with each other and relate to each other. And so I'm very excited because I'm really doing a lot of research and study about jazz history, and I'm creating an EP right now, about 7 songs that I'm going to release. This first single has some great musicians on it. Christian McBride, famous, phenomenal bass player who just so happens to be a former high school friend of mine who played on the bass. Ray Angry, an incredible keyboardist, used to play for Lauryn Hill. Now he plays for the Roots on the Jimmy Fallon show. And then you have Jeremy Jenkins on the drums. And it's just very, very smooth, So I'm really excited about this. You can find it anywhere there's music sold digitally, from Apple to Spotify and so on. And in my social media, I think I said it before, it's Marc Nelson. That's the letter I, like iPhone, M-A-R-C, Nelson, anywhere and everywhere. Okay? And listen, when you listen to the record, y'all, please, give me a comment. Let me know how you feel about it, because this is a new venture, it's a new endeavor for me. So I'm really excited about it.
And I was definitely excited for you too. Now tell us, who are some of when you think of jazz, are you inspired by like the Nat King Coles and the people like that?
Yeah, well, there's one in particular, Kurt Elling. And he, whew, as a matter of fact, I'm doing one of his records. I won't reveal the record yet, but I'm going to cover one of his tunes. I do love Nat King Cole. It's funny. I'm really more into the musicians like John Coltrane, Miles Davis, and my producer Sherry Morris. Like every other day, she's sending me like 3 or 4 different songs from all the way back in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So it's really, really cool. Then there's that contemporary side. I've written and produced records for Brian Culberson, to Will Downing, to Patty Austin, and yeah. And now I'm tasting it myself as a singer.
So you've done a little bit of everything. Soul, R&B, wow, jazz. Okay.
Yeah.
Very well-rounded individual.
I appreciate you, man. I want to congratulate you because after we did our first interview, you know, I kind of was scanning everything. You blowing up the spot right now, man. Congratulations. I mean, like, you becoming big time, dude. When you gonna convert this over to national television? What's up?
I'm open to it. It just it has to make sense. Most people on TV really ain't making a lot of money like that. They really not.
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, you obviously done your homework. I just want to let you know, man, I'm happy for you. I'm proud of you. I just request one thing. If you get so big, dude, that when I text you and you don't hit me back, we got problems.
Oh no, I hope I still at least have my phone to myself. I hope the assistants ain't taking a phone and I got a number that goes to another number. I don't want to be like that now. I want to be.
If they say to you, Marc Nelson's on the line, you're like, hold on. You can't tell me what? I got cameras in your building, bruh. Trust me.
Embrace Pangea is a Black-owned health and wellness brand that has solidified themselves as being able to take care of your Yoni. But guess what? They do more than just service your Yoni. Yes, as a matter of fact, Embrace Pangea has products to cover you from head to toe, inside and out. And in particular, let me tell you about a couple products that I personally use. Number one is the herbal tooth powder that is better than any toothpaste that you will get over the counter. It will get your teeth clean and help your teeth to maintain a natural white shade. And in addition to that, the advanced botanical mouthwash is something that we all should have in our medicine cabinet. Now, when you look at a bottle like this with 25 potent herbs like echinacea, golden cell, don't laugh at me if I mispronounced that, you know what I meant. We need these natural ingredients in our mouth rinses so that we can fight tooth decay, gingivitis, all of that plaque, halitosis, and overall poor oral hygiene. Okay, so if you want to get a good clearance when you go to the dentist, get you some Embrace Pangea. And in addition to that, make sure you use my code STORM to get 10% off your order and check out today.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.